don't give a fuck what they talking about in they songs. Y'all are turning a profit off of this black trauma of them killing each other. Yeah, they the ones doing the killing because they young and they dumb and they don't fucking know no better. We 45 and 46 years old and we know better because these are our nephews. So they not your nephews, and that's why you don't see the Kevin Samuels shit in the same light that we see it, because you're a white dude and you don't understand what he is. Except Kevin Samuels was causing a black
drill rappers aren't worthy of being interviewed.
I'm not.
We are back at Do Better, and we are diving in, and I gotta give it Do Better, y'all. Okay, we have the Do Betters going to Ish, Joe, and Ice. Now, Adam could begin to do better as well, but to me, in the clips I've seen thus far, I think I have to give y'all the Do Betters. Let me tell you why. Mr. Ish, you are making very valid points. Making valid points on the fact that Mr. Adam 22 is looking at it from a business perspective, but honestly, a lot of Caucasians do. So emotion is not really gone into the picture. And honestly, what Adam just said too is very astute, in which I think, we'll see if you're going to answer it moving forward, but do drill rappers not deserve to be interviewed? Now, Adam's actually providing a platform that is allowing these rappers to be able to get out and get off the block. The more visibility they get, it's up to them now what they do with it. You can't necessarily blame Adam for providing these people a platform and then them misusing the platform. He's providing a platform for them to try to do what they can do with it. Now, if you the prior information that you're also missing when it comes to this clip is that Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels was an individual that passed away, and Adam had put up some clips after not having put up the clips yet, but he had the full interview up already. I actually watched that full interview, found out a lot of things about Kevin Samuels, and I watched it actually when he posted it. So he eventually finally posted clips from the interview, and he titled it a certain way that it's going to get people to watch. Now, as a YouTuber, I'm not a sole YouTuber, but I do also do YouTube. I run several YouTube channels. Clickbait is what you have to clickbait. You have to get people to watch the video. You give them an engaging enough title, it's going to make them want to go watch the video. So I think that's what these people are not taking into account, because they're focusing so much on trying to make it a race thing, saying that Adam doesn't understand the black plight. But honestly, Adam is around a lot of gangbangers, and that's why I did watch some of this clip before. You're gonna see more of what he's talking about. Let's get into it.
Bruh, you're not gonna spin my words. I'm sharp.
I mean, that's what I'm taking from what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying ask him about his music and his content.
True. And what I'm telling you is he's 19, 20, 21 years old. He's gonna give anything just to be on somebody's fucking camera and get some light shined on his project.
I interview rappers
what I'm saying is he lost his life.
I interview rappers all the time.
These people are losing their lives, and you keep telling me about the business of.
And I interview them, and they don't.
They don't know no better.
About crazy shit. No, because they do know better. I'm telling you, most street rappers, when you interview them, are not gonna say shit about their ops, or they're not gonna whatever.
Older ones.
They're smart about it.
Older
right?
ones.
Smarter ones.
He was someone. He was someone. That's a normal word to me. He was someone who was more open about the.
Now, Parks, and yes, I know as Parks, I do actually watch the Joe Budden podcast, all right, here and there, but I was watching the heavy when it was. I actually found out about Joe Budden podcast when Everyday Struggle had ended, and Joe Budden went on his rant, and I was watching it ever since, and kept watching it, and but I got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't necessarily watch it all the time anyway. But we have Adam being kind of slightly belittled by Parks, where he's saying, feel weird saying op, or he's trying to mention the fact that he said op, but I guess they don't really understand what Adam 22 got going on. I actually watched Adam 22 too, and shout out to No Jumper. They actually are trying to provide platforms for upcoming creators. That's what I think they're not really understanding. And that's why Adam's even in the position that he's in, to where he's interviewing these people that are dying, and he's also trying to make sure he capitalizes off of content off of a person, RP that individual, but that didn't really necessarily have to do with what Adam did. And you're trying to put it on Adam, which I don't think is fair. I don't think it's fair. Like, Adam is not a person that is, you can definitely consider Adam to be of the culture. Adam's 100% of the culture. He's trying to actually uplift individuals. He interviewed Kai Cenat, Phantom, with the addition of people they added to the staff, they're interviewing entertainers, upcoming creators. That's not what you're doing, Joe. You're not doing that. You're interviewing people from the industry for years. right? You're not necessarily tapped into what's going on, right? So you're only looking at it from a perspective of Adam trying to just capitalize off of an individual, but he interviews people because he actually enjoys doing that. You know, he got a lot going on. You know, he also likes, you know, slanging eggplant. That's what he be doing. But he also interviews upcoming creators and dope people trying to get out of their situation, because it's very unfortunate what these individuals be doing in a pastime, but at least when they have a platform to try to get up out of that, it's helping them get up out of that. And then what they do after that is on them. You cannot blame Adam for that, for running a business. You're trying to instill emotion in him running a business. That is why a lot of businesses fail, because there is emotion involved. That's why business with friends fails, because there's emotion involved. Joe, why did your business with your friends fail? Because there was emotion involved. And you're trying to have Adam put in emotion with things that are not his fault when he runs a media company. When he's helped build people up like XXXTentacion, a person that you grew to like. You know, he's also helped build a lot of individuals' career by providing them with platforms. A lot of people that you may listen to that are upcoming, Adam probably had a hand in that by providing them with a platform. So I don't really appreciate that. But let's get into the last leg.
People he's beefing with, obviously, he's like Lil Durk's top op while he was living, right? And so he's talking about his problems with Lil Durk because that's a prominent theme in the music and stuff.
Stop. This ain't funny, Park. Stop, Park. It's not funny, Park. Stop.
His enemy is a word that has been used for as long as time. Okay. He's talking about this stuff in his content, so I asked him about it during the interview because that's what a lot of his content is about. Of course, I want to know about the conflict that he has with one of the top rappers that he has beef with.
True.
How can I not ask these guys about the shit they're making music about?
You're not saying one wrong thing.
Right.
You are not saying one wrong thing. What I'm saying is, I find it somewhat disturbing that somebody that is outside of what these boys endure on a day-to-day basis, interviewing them and monetizing it for your own personal gain when these kids are dying.
Now, I do want to touch on that as well. There is other media companies in New York that cover the rappers that are constantly rapping about dissing dead opposition. You don't know that though, Mr. Ish, because you're not tapped into that scene. So you're blaming Adam because he's at the top of the food chart, but now what are you going to tell Mr. PP Films, who's black? What are you going to tell Fuchsia's TV, who's black? Who covers incidents when it comes to the death of black people? So you're really just mad that it's Adam. But however, Adam hangs around more people in the culture than you. So that's why I'm really not, I don't know, I'm just not appreciating what's going on here. Everything is not a race thing. And the pinpoint emphasis of trying, I feel like they were trying to make Adam seem like he's the white man going against black people. But he is of the people. The man is not black. But you cannot sit here and try to make it seem like he does not hang around individuals that you would say is of the culture. And then forget about Adam. Say that was a black man doing that. Now it's okay because they're black. So what is the race thing? You're trying to make it a race thing, and that's diminishing your point. Your point is not valid when you start throwing in the race, when in this instance, race has nothing to do with it. You're trying to make it be a white versus black thing, but there's black people that do the exact same thing, that cover the exact same topics, that cover killers, that cover killing. But you're just trying to pinpoint Adam simply because he's white, but he hangs out with more people that you would probably never hang out with, that are of hip-hop more than you are of hip-hop at the current point in time. And even forget the current point in time, Adam's been doing this for years. He has interviewed some of people's favorite entertainers, Juice WRLD, X. Like, he had played a large part in the upbringing of these individuals. Like, I really can't sit here and allow y'all to try to paint this as a white versus black thing. It's not cool. Now, the man runs a media company. You're trying to make him feel bad about conducting business. Now, when it comes to YouTube, you have to clickbait. You don't have to clickbait. And at his point in time, in level and stature, he doesn't probably have to clickbait. I won't say that. But, you know, as trying to get people to engage in your content, that clickbaity title or that title is simply to get them to watch the video. At the end of the day, if you're so offended, don't click on the video. Don't click on the video. It's called capitalizing for business. Like, it's very hard to include personal emotions when it comes to business, and that's why a lot of these things don't work out if that's what is involved. The man is running a business. It's not like he's friends for real with any of these people, really. Like, I don't believe that Adam is truly friends with all these individuals. He's running a business. Now, I'm sure he cares about them and the growth of their career, but the man is running a business. That he said he's out here trying to be everybody's best friend, I don't believe that. He may be friends with his staff. He may go out with his staff. I do not believe that he's trying to be best friends with everybody he brings on his podcast. He runs more of a guest-driven podcast type of situation. Joe, you do not run a guest-driven podcast situation. I know because I watched your podcast. You don't bring guests on like that. If you want to have a guest on, that means you really want to have them on. Okay? So I get that. But you can't condemn this man. He runs a whole different type of operation. Hey, man. Michael Jackson tried to let us know. It don't matter if you're black or white. It just matters if you suck or don't suck. And I saw somebody say in the comment section that, Joe Budden, you shouldn't be over here talking about anything about when it comes to moral high road now. That's only because how people feel about the situation with Rory and Mal. But I don't gonna do me. I'm just saying, it just feel like you're trying to condemn him with the race card. If you're gonna come with valid points, you gotta come with valid points. And that's why we over here discussing and do better, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to do better. If you're gonna come with debates, come with valid points with the debate, man. No cap. All right, make sure you check the link to the original video down below. Shout out to Joe Budden Podcast. Shout out Adam22. Shout out No Jumper. Make sure you follow Taylor Elajazz on Instagram, as well as subscribe to the channel and link me any more interviews you want me to react to. My name is Taylor Elajazz, and you're watching Do Better.